Good morning, Gregg School students, staff, parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends. Welcome to the annual Gregg School May Day program. My name is Logan Farmer. I will be the announcer for today's program. We now present to you the last year's May Day King, Thomas Caruso and Queen McKenna Page. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. The May Day Committee would like to welcome everyone this morning. May Day is a tradition that has been a part of Gregg School for over 35 years. Here at Gregg, we are fortunate to have many people willing to assist in this endeavor. We would like to recognize those who played a role in making our May Day festivities successful. As your name is read, please stand to be recognized. Mrs. Collins, Mrs. Austin, Mrs. Emanuel, Mrs. Kraska, Mrs. Stone, Mr. Knapp, Mrs. Bush, Mrs. Simmons, Mrs. Hale, Mrs. Keeler, Mrs. Doherty, Mrs. Wood, Mr. Knapp, Mr. Cinco, Mrs. Rijo, Mr. McElwain, Ms. Ketchum, Mrs. Giroux, Mr. Passmore, Mrs. Wendy Smith, Mrs. Fogarty, Mrs. Curtis, Mrs. Nagel, Mrs. Roberts, Mrs. Delfayette, Mrs. Finneyfrock, and Mrs. Casper. We would like to express our appreciation to everyone who brought in flowers today. And above all, we would like to thank the dedicated parents and children who gave their time and energy to morning school practices so that our May Day program can continue to be a successful tradition that is enjoyed by everyone. The May Day Committee thanks everyone for your help. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Drew. At this time, I would like to welcome two staff members that our parents that are here today have not had a chance to meet yet. Ms. Staltieri, you please stand, is our new librarian, and she arrived at Gregg School in January, and Ms. Knitter is our new school counselor, and she arrived in March. So they are experiencing their first day. In addition to the list of names that you just heard, there are 3 names that are left off that list, and they're very humble. But at this time, I would like to recognize and give an incredible thank you to Mrs. Drew, Mrs. Scouten, and Mrs. Perry, who without their work, dedication, and leadership, today and this tradition would not be continuing. So a great big round of applause for them.
Each year, the Gregg School May program has begun with the reciting of a poem written about 140 years ago by England's poet laureate, Alfred Lord Tennyson. Tennyson's poem, Queen of the May, reminds us of the beauty of the month of May and the importance of the selection of just the right girl for the honor of May Queen. With just a little less reverence than Tennyson might expect, here are 6 of our Gregg School beauties who will recite this poem for you. Since the poem is rather difficult to understand in its original form, we have altered the poem slightly. Now here's one of the most popular parts of our annual program. This year's beauties are 4th graders Bryson Morris, Grayson Lucille, Wyatt Smith, Keegan Francis. 5th graders Thomas Caruso, Giovanni Grimaldi.
I sleep so sound all night, Mother, that I shall never wake, if you do not call me loud when the day begins to break. But I must gather lots of flowers on this very happy day, for I am to be Queen of the May, Mother. I am to be Queen of the May.
There's many black eyes, they say, but none so bright as mine. There's Margaret and Mary, there's Kate and Caroline, but none so fair as little Alice in all the land, they say. So I'm to Queen May, Mother, I'm to Queen May.
Little Effie should go with me tomorrow to the green, and you'll be there too, Mother, to see me meet the Queen. For the handsome boys on every side will come from far away. And I am to be Queen of the May, Mother. I am to be Queen of the May. All the valley, Mother, will be fresh and green and still. And the buttercup and the daisies are over all the hill. And the winding stream and the flowers beautiful merrily dance and play. For I'm to be Queen of the May, Mother. I'm to be Queen of the May. that is Mary's day, for I'm to be Queen of the May, Mother. I'm to be Queen of the May.
May Day has been around for hundreds of years. I will now give you a brief history of May Day. May Day goes back to prehistoric times when it was believed to be part of New Year celebrations related to the change of seasons. Trees, as symbols of nature, were often used as part of the festival. Through the years that followed, several European countries held observances as part of their culture. It was during the Middle Ages that the maypole became part of the ritual. Every English village had its maypole. The people of the villages would dance around them as part of their celebration. Our tradition in America of celebrating May Day comes from the observances held in England. This included bringing in the May, where the custom was to go to the woods before dawn and pick flowers and branches to decorate the house. There was always a May Queen, chosen from among the pretty girls of the village, to reign over the May Day festivities. She was drawn in a decorated cart by young men or her maids of honor to the village green, where she was crowned before the start of the dances. She sat in a arbor of flowers, and often the dancing was performed around her rather than around the maypole. There have been many changes in May Day observances over the years. Here at Gregg School, we have attempted a revival of May Day in a way designed for children, as you will see today. The selection of the May Queen, May King, and their court of attendants is at times a difficult task. A list of all the 4th grade boys and girls is given to each of the related arts teachers. From this list, they independently select and rate 5 girls and 5 boys whom they consider worthy of recognition. These students are rated on courtesy, consideration, cooperation, initiative, participation, reliability, productive use of time, and displaying traits in keeping with the school discipline policy. The 3 girls and boys who receive the greatest number of scored points make up the court. We would like to take this opportunity to thank our related arts teachers for their efforts in this selection process. Please stand and be recognized as your name is called. Art, Mrs. Fogarty. Music, Mrs. Kraska. Physical education, Mrs. Behow. We are about ready for the presentation of this year's court. The robe bearers for this year's King and Queen are kindergartners Braylon Morris and Lillian Schilke. This year's Maypole dancers are McKenna Page, Carmen Podabowski, Hayden Robertson, Lillian Robinson, Madison Rose, Ashlyn Ruggles, Kaylee Scalero, Bontes Faye, Aviana Van Gorder, and Woodward. The moment you have been waiting for, the 2019 Gregg School May Day Court. The second attendance to the May King and Queen of Zayden Trent and Annalise Newicki. The first attendants to the May King and Queen of Jack Spencer and Isabella Cruz. Allen, and Olivia Vallis. Thank you for attending our program. The May Day participants will return for those parents and friends who want to take more photographs. Students may return to their classrooms.